down. This has been the NBA's epicenter.
I'll take it one level above you, baby. How about this team has redefined the offense in the NBA, leading the league with record-setting three-point shots made.
Join us to watch some of the greatest players on the planet, and they're ready to go. Won by the Bucks. Jay, 44 wins for the Bucks a year ago. 7th best record in the East. In your mind, foundation, is it in place in Milwaukee?
The foundation is on its way, but it always seems like it comes down to injuries and lack of chemistry for the Bucks.
Oh, he had him there for a second. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed.
Flushes down the slam. Jay, that's a strong connection.
And it's always about the play before the play. Look how the eyesight was able to connect between two players. We call that an eyesight contract, because when you have a contract that's signed, sealed, and then delivered like that, that's how great plays are made.
Warriors have the basketball. Kevin Durant, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2" guard. Scary.
To Wade. Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. Green. Short jumper off the mark. To Barnes. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Here's Curry with it up top. Down 2. No good. Giannis in control of the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Steph Curry swats it. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
And hits the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. To Curry. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle. His instincts are unnatural, but what makes him so good given the work he's put in?
The special thing about Stephen Curry is that his entire life he has practiced great habits. A lot of players practice and get up shots, but they don't practice the right habits, and that comes with the lineage. His father, Dale Curry, making sure that he puts in the time and effort, but the proper skill with the time and effort.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Curry to Durant. Driving right to the basket.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. To Gasol. Oh, had him going there for a second. To Antetokounmpo. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go. Curry to bring it up. They're down 3. Thompson deep 2 there, won't go.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his lane.
And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Curry into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Durant. Kevin Durant. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Antetokounmpo gets it in the left corner. It goes down.
Hey, look. Pretty dudes can mix it up once in a while, too, I guess.
Golden State at the controls. To Durant. short jumper won't fall.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out.
Knocked it away.
Oh! Some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. New blood coming in for both sides.
Stepping in for the Milwaukee Bucks, number 41.
Russell. Beyond the arc for three. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Durant, guarded by Gasol. Deep left corner. Gets a look. Can't hit. Barnes on a bad pass. Going to be taken away by the Warriors. Curry. Runner's good there.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Russell matched up with the two-time MVP. Wade to Russell. Lets it fly from long range, and he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. First free throw is good. And he hits the second. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. Warriors have the basketball.
I got him. Here we go. Here we go.
Probing the defense. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Dwayne Wade, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Durant with the basketball up top. 9-point margin. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
There's the toss. To Durant.
2 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Almost, but no good.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. It's Golden State basketball.
Got some for him.
Surveys the floor. To Durant. Has a chance. Durant shot, no good. Lazy pass there, and it's intercepted. Shot from the lane won't go. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He made his first effort, but not that time. Durant across the timeline. Just under a minute to go in what's been a hotly contested first quarter. Harrison Barnes snatching it out of the air. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by D'Angelo Russell. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Entering the game for the Warriors, number 9, Andre Iguodala.
Just off the mark.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
The shot by Mirotic, no good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, Keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Durant. And finishes strong. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Yes, D'Angelo Russell. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start. Late heave to beat the buzzer. The first quarter's complete. The Bucks in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. It's Steph at the controls. Here comes the screen. Curry. The Bucks clear the rebound. Hill into the front court. His team up by 7. George Hill. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
One can make the case he might be glad he didn't get the and one.
Durant to Shaun Livingston. They work it down to Cousins. Big finish at the rim.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
To George Hill. DeMarcus Cousins pins it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Durant buries it on the catch and shoot.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Dwayne Wade to Adetokunbo. Wade matched up with Livingston. Hill. George Hill. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Hey, you got the screen right, screen right, screen right.
The screen sets him up for 2. He has an uncanny approach to the game.
And did you see that? His eyes are his deadliest weapon. When he steps over half court, when he looks at the rim, that naturally throws a defender off. It makes the defender lean just a little bit. And just that millisecond of you wondering what he's going to do, splash is enough for him to exploit.
KD with the rock. 3 titles in 4 years. New arena next year, Jay, in San Francisco. Crazy to think that any of these Warriors would want to go anywhere else.
It's the way they've been leveraging their brand off the court in Silicon Valley. You see guys like Kevin Durant, who have 35 Media, his only media production company, also making a ton of investments. You see Stephen Curry and Andre Iguodala investing in E-Game Sports. They're able to leverage the business outside the business of sport, which is why I think they'll stay around in the Silicon Valley for a very long time.
Oh, bad pass, and the Bucks have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Durant with the basketball up top. Down 12. To Curry. Steph Curry. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Curry, obviously the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Yeah, I said it. But he's so good at driving and using his body to shield off the contact.
To Wade from long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. To Curry. Bucks have the rebound. Hill across the timeline. His team leads it by 10. To Anthony. Oh, he had him there for a second. Anthony. DeMarcus Cousins. Huge block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Livingston across the timeline, trailing by 10. And Cousins throwing it down.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Russell takes aim at Steph Curry. Fires the three. D'Angelo Russell, hand in his face. No issues there.
You live by the three, you die by the three. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Curry into the front court. Down 11. Here comes the screen. Jerebko up against the Spaniard. Five to shoot for Golden State. Here's a chance from long range and drills it. Jay, spacing can be a beautiful thing.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
It's Curry controlling the offense. Bucks take down the board. Russell with it up top. It's an 8-point lead. Giannis Antetokounmpo. 4 out of 7.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Curry. Short jumper stays out. Anthony buries it. It's a three. Jay, mixed opinions with Carmelo Anthony. How will you remember his career?
Well, as of right now, he's a catch-and-shoot type player. But for me personally, Carmelo Anthony will go down as one of the greatest isolation players of all time. Back in his Denver days, his earlier New York Knicks days, there was nobody better in an isolated set than CA.
Curry. Off the mark. To Russell. Fires the three. Too good to leave that wide open. D'Angelo Russell hits.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
George Hill to Antetokounmpo. Jonas Jerebko tips it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Changes coming from both sides right now. It's Steph Curry with the rock. To Thompson. Curry to Thompson. Gasol with the rebound. To Hill. George Hill. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as a difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
Durant. That's going to get out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Antetokounmpo to George Hill. Antetokounmpo. Russell defended by Kevin Durant. Over to the right side. Barnes to Hill. 4-3. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Green. They'll get it to Durant. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Giannis with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. Goes to the right side. Oh, had him going there for a second. Nothing going here on that drive. Russell to Harrison Barnes. 5 on the shot clock for Milwaukee. Barnes to Gasol. Short jumper won't go down. Bad pass there. Warriors have it. Curry to Durant. Thompson to Curry. Durant passed it off. From the painted area, won't go down. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Bucks entered the locker room at halftime with a significant lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Warriors may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. These are the guys getting buckets for the Golden State Warriors.
Game track. Bench points.
The Golden State Warriors are getting enough bench production in this contest. The reserves need to step up and start making an impact in this game.
Player of the half.
D'Angelo Russell has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome. Here are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Curry has it. To Green. Durant. Pass to Cousins. Down low. Pau Gasol with a piece.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position.
Flushes down the slam. Jay, no question. There's an unspoken bond there.
Just on the same wavelength. And how about this? Sometimes a bad pass is a great pass when you have somebody as athletic as that can catch that anywhere and slam it down.
From the outside, no good.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Harrison Barnes powers it through.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Two-point shot for Curry. Rebounds pulled in by the Bucks. Oh, emphatic slam.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Finish that. Barnes, tough matchup against Durant. Gets it in the left corner. Oh, he had him there for a second. To Wade. Nothing going here on that drive. Wade to Adetokunbo. Off the iron. It came out. To Thompson. It's rebounded by Gasol.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Can't connect from in close.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Durant to Thompson. Down low to Cousins. He throws it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Dwayne Wade. He's 3 for 7.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Warriors basketball. Curry to Cousins. Sizing up the defense. Durant to Green. Here comes the screen. Draymond Green matched up with Pau Gasol. 24-second violation. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Adetokunbo to Wade. To Barnes. Russell matched up with Livingston. To Harrison Barnes. Adetokunbo. No good. Livingston to bring it up. Down a bundle. Now a steal by Milwaukee.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
There's no stopping that. You either got to double or deny him the ball from the jump.
Harrison Barnes. Very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Possession lies with Golden State. Thompson to Green. Here comes the screen. Green to Durant. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Durant, guarded by Pau. Here comes the screen. Durant lets it fly. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Russell into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Pau Gasol. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Subbing in for the Milwaukee Bucks, number 13, Marcin Gortat.
Livingston. Giannis grabs the board. To Barnes. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
For 3, it's claimed by Milwaukee. Dwayne Wade. D'Angelo Russell. And the Warriors have the rebound. Warriors have the basketball. Has a look. Cook's shot won't go. Probing the defense to Gortat. Wade up against Cook. Oh, had him going there for a second. Wade to Adetokunbo. To Shaun Livingston. And finishes. Draymond takes it out on the rim. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Yes, Marcin Gortat. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Giannis in control of the basketball. They can get a 2 for 1. If the crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas, or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
Count the basket at the rim.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Livingston across the timeline. His guys down big. Here comes the screen. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
3 quarters down. The Bucks in command of this one. The Bucks to inbound to start this final quarter. And it might be time to empty the bench, Jay. This game appears to be well in hand.
And their starting 5 has certainly earned the 4th quarter off. They've been terrific this ball game. And this is the type of game where you find a chance to relax. You ice up, you watch your other teammates play, you applaud them, and you get ready for the next game.
Livingston. Nice pass to set things up.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Beyond the arc for 3. Not going down here. Livingston to Thompson. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Gortat goes to the left side. DeMarcus Cousins sends it away. That's his 3rd block this evening.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Andre Iguodala trying to cash in on the three-point play. 71% for his career. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Giannis Antetokounmpo at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. Durant across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Curry with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
Number 77, Ursa Ilyasova.
Durant to Curry. Got it.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Wade against the former Cougar. To Antetokounmpo. Dwayne Wade to George Hill. The Bucks with 4 to shoot. Hill lets it fly from long range. Textbook defense. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not getting the bounce. Hill into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Shot from the lane won't go. To Durant. Great look and vision. Curry. He missed his first 4 from downtown. He finally gets a 3 to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
To Curry. Nothing going here on that drive. Ersan Ilyasova rejects it. And his foot was on the line. It's going the other way. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
Number 1, Dakari Johnson. And
Durant.
Number 17, Pau Gasol.
Green, deep left corner. Durant. That's off the side of the rim, short. Wade. Goes to the right side. To Wade. Oh, he had him there for a second. Nothing going here on that drive. To Wade. Russell. Shot clock violation. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Number 3, George Hill.
Pau Gasol able to recover with the block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Layup goes down. Well done.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
And splash. Klay Thompson, quick catch and shoot there for 3.
And your big is the one making that happen. Every time he's involved in a PNR, he's slipping it, forcing that guy from the weak side to come down and help. Quick skip passes equal 3s in the bank.
Green. Curry. He's got it for three.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Russell. To Adetokunbo. George Hill. From long range, they defended it well, but George Hill still hits the three.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Durant. Not that time. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Gasol. Fires the three, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Thompson to bring it into the front court. The deficit now up to 13. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Time for some new personnel into the game. Russell, defended by Steph Curry. Tosses. Oh, stolen by the Warriors.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Oh, big finish at the rim.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
Oh, had him going there for a second. Adetokunbo to Russell. To Harrison Barnes. Here's a chance from long range. Harrison Barnes buries it. They defended it well, but Barnes, too much.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Steph lets loose. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Adetokunbo to Russell. Barnes matched up with Durant. To Russell. Oh, he had him there for a second. Fine to shoot. Barnes to Hill. Fires the three. That won't go.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Hill to Adetokunbo. 4-3. That one off the mark. It's no good. To Curry. For three. Not done yet. Draymond Green. 2 of 4 now.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Giannis with it up top. It's an 8-point lead. Hill. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Curry to Green. Thompson. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Thompson won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending. And they called the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Knocks down the first. And fails to hit them both. It's the first, misses the second. The Bucks claim victory as they get a good win on the road. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Raymond Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Bucks almost let this one get away from them, but they managed to get the victory. And it's surprising. We got such a competitive game when they hit so many threes, but they did what was necessary to finish it off. Check out the leading scores for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Warriors finished on the losing end of a close score. Sure, it's great they shot so well from three, but none of that really matters when your team has one more loss to show for it. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Golden State Warriors.
Game track. Assists.
It's a shame only one team can win when you have such great team basketball on display. The ball movement was tremendous.
Player of the game.
D'Angelo Russell is the choice for what you're seeing here, and that's unselfish play. Tight passes, great timing, and an impressive basketball IQ. He earned more respect than what I already have for him.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And here we've got the upcoming games for the Golden State Warriors. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports,